Living outside of your home country makes you start really thinking about your heritage, and lately I've been doing a lot of research. So I figured I'd bring you 10 facts about soul food you probably didn't know. Let's start by figuring out what the heck is soul food to begin with, since it can be hard to determine the difference between soul food and Southern food. In the 1969 Soul Food Cookbook, Bob Jeffries summed it up pretty well by saying, while all soul food is Southern food, not all Southern food is soul food. So, soul food is a niche from American Southern cooking. Speaking of 1969, did you know that soul food didn't even exist before the 60s? With the rise of the civil rights and black nationalism movements, many African Americans wanted to establish their cultural legacy. So, terms like soul music made way for terms like soul food to describe the way their ancestors had been cooking for generations. Now, if you think soul food came from a tradition of eating hog mugs and piles of fried chicken, then you better think again. Because for thousands of years, traditional West African cuisine was predominantly vegetarian. Big portions of meat were only for special occasions, which actually makes a lot of sense when you consider you'd have to run down the chicken, drain the chicken, pluck the chicken, bread the chicken, and then fry the chicken just to get the dinner. The transatlantic slave trade brought many foods to Americas from both Africa and Europe. Things like rice and okra are from West Africa, while things like cabbage are from Portugal. Speaking of Portugal, did you know the largest population of African heritage outside of Africa is Brazil? And Brazil was a colony from Portugal? Yeah, see how I did that? Depending on who you ask, as little as 4% of all African slaves went to North America. So the struggle was real far beyond US borders. Alright, let's get back to the food. Let us start with collard greens. Collard greens have been eaten for over 2,000 years, with evidence showing that even ancient Greeks ate them. Like, what didn't the Greeks get down with, right? Collard greens are typically boiled down in salted water with a piece of smoked meat. It's a soul food classic, a must-do. Exquisite. And you know that scrumptious broth that's left over in the bottom of the pot? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Well, that's called pot liquor. Pot liquor is the liquid left over after boiling a pot of greens. It contains a lot of vitamins. Most importantly, it contains a lot of vitamin K, which helps to prevent blood clotting. So, next time you have that pot of greens, maybe you should concentrate on drinking that pot liquor instead of picking on that ham hock, huh? Black-eyed peas are eaten all over the world. But in the southern US, they are thought to bring good luck when they are eaten on New Year's Day. In the time of racial segregation, the name Chitlin Circuit was given to the string of performance venues where it was acceptable for African Americans to perform. The name derived from the soul food dish, chitterlings, which is slow-cooked pig intestines. A good bowl of chitlins can make you think anything is possible in a culinary sense. If you're all of a sudden feeling like Superman, you probably got a bad batch. Not good. It takes a lot of love to make something like that taste good. Which brings me to the term slow food. Soul food is the epitome of slow food because everything takes so damn long to cook. Patience is a key element in soul cooking. It takes a lot of time and creativity to make these dishes come to life. Something I think a lot of cultures can identify with. So what's soul cooking to you? Check out Americulinariska.com for a resource list to learn more about the history of soul food and more. If you like this video, share it and subscribe. I can't make more without support.